Hey guys, Coach Muhammad here, Metro Jiu-Jitsu. Hey guys, Coach Muhammad here, Metro Jiu-Jitsu. Southgate, Michigan. Trenton Road in Eureka. You guys have probably seen us online. Just checking in here. It's football season, and football season got me to think a little bit about Jiu-Jitsu season. So football season is here, and football season has been a really big part of my life. Football at Edsel Ford High School has really driven me over the last 20-some years. I played football, basketball, soccer here. I played all sports. I was active as a freshman, and football is probably my favorite sport. And since it's a season, I just wanted to check in and give a little reminder to us. I didn't play as much as I would have liked. I definitely hustled, definitely was an aggressive player, but I did not get the playing time that I wanted. And at the time, I was very bitter. At the time, I pointed all the fingers at some of the staff and the culture that was going on here. And it was a really low time for me, being a teenager and not really having the support of my peers and not having the support of the staff, which I definitely feel that I should have. But looking back years later, that really put a fire underneath me. And anybody in any capacity, work, social, economical, physical, any capacity, you know, a couple things have to happen. You got to put your time in. You got to put your time in, regardless of how much you're hustling, regardless of how much better you think people are. Sometimes the X factor is you got to put your time in. So, you know, that's a hard thing to explain to kids nowadays because they are, you know, kids want what they want when they want it. They want it right now. They don't understand the concept of time, just like the little kids don't understand depth perception. You know, it takes a long time for them to learn not to bump into each other. And for the teenagers, they don't understand you got to put your time in sometimes before things just kind of start to click together. And for me at Edsel Ford High School, I was, like I said, I was a really physical player, and I just didn't get what I deserved. And that fire, that anger stayed with me. And for years and years and years, that anger stayed with me. And only maybe 10 years later did I realize that that anger that was with me is what really drove me to to work out, to train harder, to get in better shape, and to prove, even after high school and the tournaments and stuff that I played in, that I was a force to be reckoned with, and I should have got my playing time, and I should have been recognized for my hard work, not my talent, but my hard work. And that's ultimately what every coach is looking for, hard work. So I felt like I was definitely shortchanged. But you know, for those of you younger guys that are out there that don't feel like they're getting the playing time, or for mom and dad that don't feel like their son or daughter is not getting the playing time, I believe that a lot of that exists today. But a coach is recognized by his wins and losses. His job is definitely to mentor and grow the athlete, especially at a younger age. But he gets recognized for his wins and losses, and he's going to put who he thinks or who he believes is going to give him the best chance to win. So, so if it doesn't happen now, you just got to take what happens to you and use it as a fire to keep training. Because if all things considered, whatever sport your kids are playing or you guys are playing out there that I'm watching, sometimes it doesn't happen right away. You just got to put your time in. And so anyway, so I basically just was talking to somebody, wanted to share something that I did that really made a difference over the next 10 or so years. I took one of my jerseys at Edsel Ford and I put it up on the wall. And I put it's a black jersey, so the silver stands out a little bit more. For every day that I got out there and I just felt like today was a good day. Today I was not lazy. Today I pursued my 6-month goals, my 12-month and 5-year goals. I did everything I needed to do to put me in a position to be successful for those goals. I put a silver pin up there. And that silver pin really stood out on a black jersey. And on the days where, you know what, I didn't feel like it, or I just didn't get around to doing anything that was going to contribute to me meeting my 5-year goals, I put a gold pin on there. And I still have the jersey from Edsel Ford, and I believe back then I believe they let us keep the jerseys. I'm not sure if I took the jersey home or they just let us keep it. But yeah, that was a motivator for me, and I got to see that every single day. And every single day I was reminded of what happened at Edsel Ford, of me not being able to play, of not getting a fair shot, of being blackballed or 8-balled, and it just really, really drove me. And I get to look at that jersey every single day, and it was just a reminder. And I took control of what was happening to me at that time by putting those little pins up there, and they were a reminder to me, today you did your work, today you put your work in, today was a good day with the pins. You know, today was a day where you can't blame anybody. You did your part, or it was a day where, you know, maybe you took it off, or maybe you didn't work towards those goals that are going to make you more successful. But the point of this message is one thing. The point of this message is to remind you that you got to put your time in. Things will click. You have to put your time in, and somebody, something, or all the little actions and activities that you did will come around, and they will be you'll be rewarded for them. So I believe God rewards everybody for hard work. It's just a matter of time. Sometimes it's not in our hands. You just got to put that time in, and you will be rewarded for it. So just walking over to the front of the building here. I play basketball in this facility here. And to put it into perspective for anybody watching this, I came over from the south end of Dearborn. We don't call it the east end, we call it the south end. I came over from the south end of Dearborn, and being an Arab American, this was a bus of just a few kids from our neighborhood that got bussed over here, and there was no cultural awareness, there was no cultural sensitivity. It was a culture shock for both kids. It was a culture shock for kids coming from the South End, and it was also a culture shock for kids that were here, that had never seen anybody who was Arab American before. So it was a real big adjustment for the staff and kids coming, and kids having, you know, new culture coming in there. So there was a big adjustment for us, and I think a lot of things were learned on both ends. But again, the message is to say that if things don't happen now, you got to put your time in. And it doesn't matter if you're a teenager, it doesn't matter if you're 30 years old or 40 years old, eventually something, somebody, or all the little actions that you're doing are going to, you're going to be rewarded for. You will. It's just a matter of time. So they definitely were rewarded for me pushing through 20-some years. I'm instructor at Metro Jiu-Jitsu, and I pursued health so aggressively and so intently in all areas of my life. I ended up owning a nutrition store and owning a gym. So two things I said I never thought I'd do, but I'd get into, but I did them because I enjoy going to work every day. But that's my little story. That's my little check-in at Edsel Ford High School. And you guys have a good day. Again, this is Coach Muhammad, Metro Jiu-Jitsu in Southgate, checking in at Edsel Ford High School right now. Just getting some old vibes here. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to try us out, stop in and visit, meet some of the coaches, some of the staff. Lots of really cool stories at Metro Jiu-Jitsu, just like mine. There's not really a fairy tale story. There's lots of challenges along the way that make all of our members extremely, extremely extremely successful. We get results because we're just average people just trying to grind it out. You guys have a great day. We'll see you on the mats.